Hi, everybody. Welcome back to the Positivity Keys podcast. I'm your host, Laura Allen, and today we're going to be stepping into a place that makes the most of us squirm a little bit, the unknown. If you've ever found yourself saying, I've done the work, so why don't I see the results yet? Well, this episode is definitely for you. There's a unique discomfort that comes from waiting. Not just waiting in line or waiting for the weekend to come, but waiting in life. Waiting for clarity, for progress, for breakthroughs. You've planted the seeds, but there's no sprouts yet, and the silence feels like a failure. But what if the silence is where the transformation is actually happening? I've gone through seasons where I felt like nothing was moving. I was doing all the things, writing all the content, showing up on social media, journaling, praying, visualizing, and still crickets. It was super frustrating. And more than that, it was tempting just to give up. But what I've learned from this is something that is powerful. The unknown is not empty, it's sacred. So in this episode, I'm going to share the turning point that helped me begin to trust the process, even when there was no visible proof. Well, we're going to talk about the power of envisioning outcomes that you can't see and offer 3 ways to simply stay grounded when the waiting feels like it's unbearable. So I remember a specific moment. It was a Wednesday afternoon. I had just finished filming a new video series, something that had taken weeks of planning and courage, and I felt proud, nervous, but hopeful. And then nothing. No responses, no message, no traction, no likes, no shares, none of that. And I started spiraling. Maybe the content wasn't good enough. Maybe the timing is off. Maybe I had to completely misjudge what people actually needed in the first place. And that's when I realized something. I was expecting immediate evidence to validate my effort, when seeking a visible reward for unseen work. But what life doesn't always give us and operate in our timeline. I call it divine timing. Growth often happens in the dark. The roots develop long before we ever see a bloom. And when I returned to one of my favorite tools in the Positivity Keys framework, the Visualize key, so instead of obsessing over what wasn't happening, I asked myself, what if it's something that is happening and I just can't see it yet? Closed my eyes and I pictured the seeds growing underground. I mean, seriously. Imagine the woman that I'm meant to help finding my work in perfect timing. I visualized feeling calm and grounded and faithful, even in silence. And slowly, my panic subsided. The process didn't feel like I failed. It was just still unfolding. So I had to learn how to become patient. So here's trusting without proof, right? Here's what I've come to believe anyway. You don't need to see evidence to trust the work. You need to see yourself clearly in the process. The Visualize key isn't about pretending everything is perfect. It's about preparing yourself mentally and emotional to hold the results when it does arrive. Visualization calms your nervous system, and it keeps you aligned with your vision, not your fear. And when you're calm, you make better decisions. You actually stay present, and you keep showing up. And if you're in a season of waiting right now, you're not stuck. You're actually growing. You just can't see the roots yet. So here's 3 grounded practices for trusting the unknown. Number 1, vision without pressure. Take 5 minutes every single day to picture your next step. Not the whole staircase. What does it look like to be peaceful while you wait? Imagine that feeling and let it guide your energy. Number 2, stillness check-in. So you're going to sit silent for 2 minutes. No distractions. Place your hands on your belly and breathe. Think about your breath. What do I know for sure today? Sometimes the only answer is, I'm still here, and that's enough. And then number 3 is a daily reminder ritual. You're going to write this sentence on a sticky note and you're going to place it somewhere that's visible. Something is happening even if I can't see it yet. And read it out loud every morning and let your mind be reminded of your trust. If you feel like you're stuck in the in-between, let this be your reminder. The pause is part of the process. Try one of these grounding practices each day this week and share your reflections using @PositivityKeysTrust or tag me in your stillness moments. I would love to witness your journey. Thanks for sharing mine with me. I appreciate it. Next week, we're going to be diving into how trust shapes our relationships and the tiny daily choices that either build or break connection. Until then, be gentle with your waiting process. What you're building matters, and so do you. Thanks for listening. I'll talk to you soon.